Hey there and howdy partners. Welcome to Retro Repair Roundup for November 20th or whatever I don't know what day it is anymore.
Me neither.
Tonight's guests are Taylor and Amy of the Taylor and Amy Show. Your guests are usually me and Sean and Javier and Ron and Rudy. Yeah, I can't even remember the guy's name. That's silly Canadian. But he had a call off tonight for work, and Ron is at his movie premiere in Hollywood. So he may or may not be able to stop by via mobile. So we may or may not see him. So everybody,
sorry, I couldn't make it.
What?
Sorry, I couldn't make it. I'm at my movie premiere.
Yeah, I know. It's like so important, right?
Yeah. Never an excuse I've been able to make. I have never been able to make that particular excuse.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, you know, only some of us. Only some of us get to hang out. Yeah, we get to hang out in Beverly Hills. I don't know. Anyway. So again, quick housekeeping before we get started. Thank you for everybody stopping by in the chat. Remember to lasso that like button and spur that subscribe button. Nerd jokes. Anyway, and I promise this time on this episode, I will not make any really bad flubs in speech, or maybe I will, and we'll end up with another stupid T-shirt. So, without further ado, let's say hello to our guests, Taylor and Amy. How are you doing tonight, ladies?
Great.
We've
been here in our our lab. Trying to get things to work for our own channel, 0% of which worked. And so from a technical standpoint, I'm super frustrated right now. And otherwise, great, fantastic. Looking forward to Thanksgiving and holidays.
Cool. Awesome sauce. So why don't you tell everybody a little bit about your channel and your friendship and all of that cool backstory, so we know who we're talking to here.
So, just setting the scene. It's 1984. Picture it. 1984. Sicily. Right. Tuscaloosa, Alabama. 2 second graders meet. We've been best friends since then. So we got into retro computers when they weren't called that, when they were just called computers. We talked about, I think the first computer we ever used was an Apple II at our school. Pure love. And then the computers that we first owned were Tandy 1000s. So,
they work.
EX and HD. Yep. So, I don't know. I have the nostalgia gene. So, I mean, I was nostalgic for the 4th grade in the 5th grade. So, didn't take long. So I've been collecting these things over the years. I mean, I just always loved this stuff. And I loved watching other people's YouTube videos who were, other retro channels. And at some point this time last year, because we started our channel in November of 2021.
We just turned a year old.
Woohoo! And I was like, Amy, we're gonna do we're gonna do a YouTube channel about whatever we want. And we did some retro stuff, we did some robotic stuff, we did some science stuff. No one watched anything but the retro stuff, so we just leaned into that. We're just okay, that's fine. So if you want to see us launch a rocket or build a robot, that's still there, but no one ever watches them. But people seem to enjoy our Tandy stuff. Got a lot of attention from that whole community, and that's been great. And then we kind of met the wider world when we went to VCF. And we had not met other retro computer enthusiasts really since then. And that was awesome. So we met Ron, and we met
all kinds of folks.
Retro Tech Chris and Eric's Edge, and I mean, just yeah, it was fantastic. We had a blast, and I think this is a result of that. We made them sing with us. Which was weird, but
if y'all saw that,
I saw that.
yeah, we
Oh man.
I tend to burst into song randomly, which happens on the channel all the time. And at some point, I don't remember how or why, I was just like, sing with me.
it was very awkward.
What's the over under you're going to burst into song?
And forced. People were pretty amenable.
Yeah, and if people were like, no, I'm absolutely not doing that, we were like, thank you for your time.
We didn't.
Yeah.
Go too hard.
But we got a smattering of interest, and that was fun.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So since you're with the Apple II crazies tonight, the next question is Kansas Fest 2023.
We don't know yet. We don't know. Well, it's like so. Two things. We've been to two things, and the one that we showed up to without even registering, and they couldn't believe it, was the Cocoa Fest.
Mm-hmm.
Interestingly, both of these things were in Chicago, just by random chance. But we didn't know that we were going to go to VCF until not too, so at least
like the week before.
Pretty spontaneous, and we with work,
our schedules are unpredictable,
very unpredictable,
and so it's even harder to predict when both of us would be able to do something. So,
so it's hard to say, but you never know where we're going to show up.
Yeah, we'll surprise you in the lobby. We will also be surprised that we're there.
Don't let him in. Don't let him in.
That could happen.
Yeah, we're like, so we'll see.
We'd love to.
Not for lack of wanting to go.
Yeah, I mean, we'd love to. I'd love to do this all the time, but stupid responsibilities.
Is retro computing and technology your primary hobby?
Yeah, sir.
Is retro computing and like old technology and stuff like this, is this your primary hobby?
Primary hobby? Sure.
It's a big one. It's a big percentage.
And probably since we're doing a YouTube channel on it, it became more of the primary. I tend to do hobbies seasonally. So in the winter, this is the time of year that you can see through a telescope. So because you don't have all the heat coming up, and it's nice and clear, and there aren't mosquitoes every 5 seconds. So so I tend to get into space in the winter. Plus, I like to build high power rockets, and you tend to launch those in the winter because you are on some farmer's land who has allowed you to use it as for a launch event, and you have to do that when he's not planting, growing, or reaping. So that's based on a harvest schedule. So that's winter.
I hate it when you get raped mid-rocket,
Yeah, you wouldn't want that giant machine is taking down all the corn. You don't want that to happen while you're trying to launch. So it's a winter sport, So I'd sort of get into space stuff and rocket stuff in the winter, and then in the spring is when we both really start wanting to go scuba diving because we enjoyed that. And if we, major COVID hiatus for that. So if we do manage to schedule a dive trip together, we will probably put that on the channel, even though it's not retro computer. So retro computers are kind of the thing that always is with us. Music is another one of my big hobbies. I love writing songs, and I've put those on the channel, and I'm sorry that y'all had to hear all that, but that's another one of my hobbies. I love playing instruments and singing. Amy likes to ride horses
when it can. And painting and art.
That's the thing we both also do that we thought about doing for the channel, but we thought no one will want to watch us paint. It's as boring as watching someone solder.
Literally watching paint dry.
Yeah. So Amy did a painting of an Atari joystick that we gave to the people that we sent. We have this big joystick that's going around.
Are you familiar with
the Fellowship of the Giant
Atari joystick?
Okay, so
you guys haven't seen that? Come on, guys.
I haven't.
Basically, someone sent us this giant novelty joystick that's like 3 feet tall.
It's huge. It's gigantic.
It's so big, and its novelty is 100% of it because it is almost non-functional.
Barely works.
So we did an episode on it, and then we're like, we're going to send this to someone else.
How can we offload this?
Yeah. And so we sent it to a friends of ours who sent it to another person. So we've got 3 videos up, and there's more in the pipeline because we're just, basically if you're a YouTuber who has a retro channel, check your mail.
You're in danger, girl.
Somebody could send you with a giant joystick, and then it's your turn.
What is this huge box on my porch?
Yeah.
Somebody mentioned me on Twitter or somewhere, and they told me maybe Have Master can make it work. That giant, and I was like, "What? A joystick?" And I was like, "Yeah, but." So now I know.
See, that would be cool if somebody, because the joystick rotates squeakily. It's not a pleasant sound, but it doesn't it's got the capability of doing that, but it's not programmed to do that for any of the games that took paddles. So it's super strange. But
you use it for Asteroid. You use it for Asteroid,
but you couldn't use it for
Atari joystick, the square one with the thing.
But 3 feet tall. Yeah, it's huge. So anybody that gets the joystick and wants to take it apart and upgrade it, that would be fun.
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
So we're hoping it makes it all over the place. The most recent person to hold it in their hands was Adrian's Digital Basement.
I saw that picture.
Yeah.
I don't. How would you describe his face in that picture? I'm not quite sure what emotion that was.
Well, apparently, and Sean can maybe tell what. But apparently, he had a really hard time keeping a straight face for that photo because he was so busy trying to laugh. That is
I got joysticks, but they're not big.
Yeah, no.
So cute.
That would rest completely on top of just
Amy,
the
you
buttons.
need that to make earrings.
Yeah, you can make earrings out of this.
Absolutely.
Oh, look at it! Oh yeah, that's
just a lovely dangle. You definitely want
to. The thing is, Javier's little mini joystick probably work better than that giant one.
Yeah, well,
or equally as well.
The giant joystick is more of a ball and chain situation.
It's a double-edged sword as a gift. So you get it, you immediately like, who can I give this to? Those are really cute.
Yeah.
Wow.
But so we'll see how far the joystick goes. I'm not sure if the chat's going crazy. I see Sean's in there. Yeah, Sean's going off on it. Keep his social skills. Because he has been blessed with the joystick.
Now I gotta find out what's going on with that joystick.
Oh yeah.
So we should talk about apples though.
Apples.
So we have an Apple IIe.
Yes.
And the one video we've done on it, we got the Jalopy Emu. And got that working, and that was fun. And we had a little nostalgic trip and died of dysentery and all of that good stuff. I know I got it at a thrift store in the 90s. And I want to say somebody had written like $2.98 in a grease pencil on it. The moment I saw it, I was like, oh, that's the computer they had at our school. So I had to get one.
Those were the days for collecting back then, weren't they? Like all that old stuff just was like people were giving it out like Resican flutes on Star Trek. Just like, it's just here, have one.
Yeah.
Wow. And I would buy, I don't know that I've ever encountered in the wild a Commodore 64. I haven't bought, but I would buy cartridges for game systems I didn't have because they were like 50 cents. And now I have it, right? Over the years. So I was like, one day. And I would just, But
I'll say the thrift scene here now doesn't exist.
It's like, so computers of the 80s that are our nostalgia are right in that age where they're too old to be at thrift stores, but not old enough to be at antique stores yet. We went to an antique store and we found one 2600 cartridge. This was an antique mall, and we're looking around for anything. They had older stuff like, record players and 8-tracks and stuff like that. And then it's not there yet. I don't know if it ever will be now that everything's bought and sold on the internet now, but
part of the country.
I'm not sure. But we can very rarely find things around here. But thanks to the internet and eBay, we can we have been able to source a few things. Of course, I also like building things. So anything retro that I never had, if I can buy a kit to build it, I'm going to want to do that. So
Yes.
I've built a few of those. There's one now that I'm trying to get to.
Yes.
What's in the box?
Yeah, what's in the box?
What's in the box?
This. It's like the light sound stereo audio cards for the Apple II.
Okay.
So
I like problems I can solve with a soldering iron and a screwdriver.
I
find that very relaxing.
Yes. More kits, more building. Makers go.
Yeah. We sometimes get into more trouble also because we want to do things and then we end up burning them.
We're in the middle of one. We hope we can get it working.
Yes, very much.
Cool.
But it's
you will. And the cool thing about the community is that they will help you if you do something wrong,
Yeah, we found I don't know if we just are lucky, but so far, like everyone we've met has been super kind, super helpful.
Oh, yeah.
I'll be texting somebody and like, I can't get this to work, and they'll be like, do this, and I'm like, thank you, and it fixes it.
No, micro pet.
I want to build a micro pet. The micro pet kit has been sold out for the last year, because if anybody has a kit they haven't built, they want to sell me, I will buy it. But I want to build a micro pet, and I cannot find a kit that's in stock. Maybe I'm looking at the wrong. I'm looking in the wrong shoe boxes.
Look.
See, there it is.
I mean, because that's the thing, it's like global chip shortage, all that is pretty hard.
Shipping.
I'm sure you all have had the same problems.
I do want to build the micro pet kit if they are ever back in stock.
Because even this ZX Spectrum we just played with, the Omni, it took forever.
It was a long time.
I mean, not to their detriment, but just because of the way
a long time to
things
get
are.
Yeah. I had ordered it months and months ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just drop and make a mess. Shh.
Danger.
Yeah, but the problem is that a lot of things, Jeremy's saying that GitHub and all that, but sometimes you order stuff and there's parts that they're not available. So
yeah, literally.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I got Ben Eater 6502. Stand by.
This is the part of any video where Taylor just
Gets up and leaves.
Gets up and grabs whatever you're talking about.
Yep.
I absolutely attempted to build Ben Eater 6502 kit.
Ooh.
Okay, there's a chip missing at this point.
Oh, where are you going?
He's going to get it.
Everyone's like,
it was working to the penultimate step where I had the little LEDs doing everything. But when the time came to get the LCD to work is when it wouldn't. Oh, that's prettier than mine.
This isn't his kit. This is my own. This is the namesake for my channel and everything, JCM1, actually. I did it first.
Yeah, so what I should probably do with this is start over. But yeah.
Love the
I
cables.
will say, following through his videos, I learned so much.
Yes.
And I really, really enjoyed every step of the way. I would listen to his videos when I wasn't even at the desk, like driving, just to kind of learn the stuff, hear it more than once. And all the stuff about this pin has to be high whenever this pin is low. So we just need this gate over here, like the glue logic and stuff. I never understood glue logic. I would say things like, oh yeah, that's glue logic. That's what that chip is. But I didn't really get it until he's doing these NAND gates and stuff. So one day,
that's the upside
we'll
of
make it read the Taylor and Amy show when the day comes. But yeah, I don't know what I did wrong, because I tried, I went back and I started making adjustments and stuff, but this was over a year ago. This was before we did the channel. This was just me enjoying myself in the in the lab. So
This is why we do this, because she was doing it. This was going on anyway. We just now have a camera.
right.
Yeah.
And half the time, Amy was also
Same.
here. Like, Amy, come over and play. I've got this thing.
Yeah.
And we were just,
Because we've been like that since.
we'll go launch a rocket.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I have full confidence you'll figure out the 6502 processor. Of all of the processors out there, it is so insanely simple to understand. After, especially even the instruction set, you stare at it for a day or two, and you can just conceptualize in your head how the thing works. It's so easy to work with. So it's going to be super awesome when you get that up and running. I guarantee you, it'll be like,
Yeah, like I said, even having only gotten 80% of the way, I felt like I just learned a ton, and I really enjoyed learning about it. So one day we'll get this. At this point, I was kind of happy with my rainbow bridges.
Yeah, they look good.
But anyway.
But I mean, there's still, even right now, I'm sure you're all in the same boat. Like, I can think of like 5 things, not even including that are like in process.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's the journey.
At various stages in process. We have got a Fairchild Channel F that we are going to, that we are working on.
What's the F stand for?
Fun. The F is for fun.
You'll hear that joke.
Not frustrating. No, I'm trying to do a composite mod on it because it's just got RF out, and then we've got one of the joysticks was dead, so we're trying to replace it with another one. And
Some kind soul sent us. Thank you very much.
Yes, a viewer sent us a replacement joystick, which was very nice.
Even after we said we were going to maybe destroy it by accident.
Tinycom.
Yep.
This can attach to just about any RF circuit in old computers and convert it to composite. So, if you need a solution, let me know.
This is the way.
This is the way. That might be the way.
It's just such a thing. It's like, wait.
Apparently this episode is let's show off everything to Taylor and Amy.
That's fine.
That's fine. Yeah, because the more we can figure out.
Yeah. What's the other thing we're working on?
More
the scope tracks. Has anybody built a scope tracks? It's a Vectrex kit off the shelf.
No, I haven't.
Oh yeah, scope tracks.
Scope tracks. Working on that.
Cool.
Most of the problems that I have encountered this far have been my fault entirely, but are related to difficulties in sourcing parts and having to go, okay, I think this other thing will do. Yep, there it is.
Cool.
And then we've got to find an oscilloscope because the whole point of building it is that it's going to put out like vector graphics, and you want
need
a
a
vector
scope,
display.
So we even need the display. We still have to find that.
We had one at K-Fest 3 years ago.
Well, and then Sean just did the Vectrex video, and I was like, "Get out of our heads!"
I've been thinking about that.
And see, the thing about the Spectrex, can't pronounce words today, is that like a couple of years, it was like 5 years ago, you used to be able to get all manner of old oscilloscopes on eBay for like $50. And then Dave at EEV blogged about it. And it's like, you can get them online for $50. And then the price doubled overnight.
Oh.
And they've been expensive ever since. And it's like, you jerk. But then again, how are we going to know about it? So, yeah.
Well, and you really, you've got to find one that's, the right age.
Old enough, but new enough.
Yeah. It also has to have, it'll be at least 3 channels. So you can put in the third channel as the blanking, so that it doesn't draw between lines and all that. So
yeah, and I don't understand that at all. I'm hoping to learn what on earth Z-blanking is, because I know that I need that. But I don't know. I don't know. When I finally get it completely built, I'm hoping to acquire the correct oscilloscope and then be able to start troubleshooting it correctly. But it's coming right along. It's just one of those things where you
You're gonna
like today
get
we're like
theirs.
we even recorded some of this, you know, we're doing the introduction. It's like, here's this board, it's a Scopetrix, and here's what a Vectrex was, and this is why I'm interested in it, and 6809 processors, yada yada yada. And then we're doing the part where we populate the board with all the chips. I had bought all but one of the chips.
Well, but you thought you got.
I thought I had them all, because you're going off
Every
this
time.
big, you know, those bill of materials. They just like scroll screen after screen, and you know, it's amazing. I got all the resistors and all the capacitors, but somewhere along the line, I had just missed something, and so we get to the end, and I'm like, oh sorry. I was like, I can't even test it because I ran it.
Yeah.
So anyway,
So what we have is smoke tested.
So that's why I like kits, where all of the things you need are part of what you have bought.
Someone else has done that work.
Yeah,
we appreciate them for that.
But no, I have ordered it now. The chip I was lacking, and I actually ordered some more of the ones that I had already bought, just so I'd have a spare in case something didn't work. So, you know, hopefully with enough troubleshooting and time. It's hard when you've got a, you know, theoretically we've got a video due on Thursday. That's not gonna happen. Because
well, we're gonna say Thanksgiving.
Right. That's why.
Not because
that nothing
stuff
works.
we wanted to work isn't doing it yet.
Yeah.
Oh no, yeah, it's Thanksgiving.
Sure. Brenda, don't panic.
Do you have your towel?
Yeah, get your towel. But you know, that's the way it is.
My question for you, while we round up some questions from people in the chat. If anybody in the chat's got questions they want to ask, throw them in the chat. We'll get them out there to them. My question is, of all of the old machines, which one's your favorite?
Oh, whichever one you're working on. I couldn't possibly.
Like naming a favorite child. Well, I mean, that's we have such a diversity that it's tough. I mean, I'm pretty fascinated with just because it's what we're working on right now, the Vectrex. But that may change tomorrow.
Yeah, I really liked the Spectrum laptop.
Yeah, that's pretty cute.
This is clever that someone did this, so I was very happy to play with that. I tend to get into one and really want to just play with it extensively. And right, the Eric's Edge, the favorite is the one in front of you.
And we mean Apple.
That's correct. I do have it's strange. While I definitely have a soft spot in my heart for computers that I had at the time, I love learning about computers that people had at the time, but we did
nothing.
Yeah, like I never had a. There's a merch link on our channel banner. Thank you.
Girl, I'll text you.
Oh, show her. She's wearing some of the merch. Merch is very available.
So available.
So you're not thirsty, but you're showing the merch.
Amy's 100% in charge of the merch store. Yeah, so things like the Spectrum. I want to get a BBC Micro. Never had one of those because grew up in America.
What, like a Dragon? I think would be fun.
Yeah. I would the Dragon 32, like those types of things. I love those, and I love watching videos, like other people's YouTube videos about, you know, this was the Specky. This is my favorite, you know, and they're so excited about it because of their nostalgia, and I'm just like, this is great. I want to watch.
Face. But yeah, I mean, and it's fun. Like, so like the ZX Spectrum, I didn't know that existed. But when like some of the European folks see Americans playing with the ZX, man, they love it. Yeah, there you go. Like they're like, oh man, and we love watching Americans play with the ZX Spectrum. And we're like, well, we love playing with it.
We like your own computer.
Yeah, good job.
Cool.
Yeah.
Which one's your least favorite?
I'm sorry, I would keep doing that. Least favorite.
TRS-80 Model 1. TRS-80 Model 1.
What's punished us the most recently?
she's looking.
I know. I'm trying to think of something that's hurt us recently.
The Atari 400's not being a team player right now. I'm gotta replace the keyboard.
But yeah, but it's more. It's less of the genre and more of that particular.
Right.
It's our one.
Right. Not the Atari 400.
Our Atari 400.
So strangely enough, growing up, we talked about computers. Apple II at school, Tandy 1000 at home years later. But games wise, Amy had an Atari 2600 and I had an Odyssey 2. So we grew up playing both of them, just depending on whose house we were in at the time. And so we have tons of nostalgia for both of those systems. And then of course, Nintendo shows up, and that was like a whole year of our lives. We just ate, slept,
Yeah.
But like, which we like, but it's still almost like a little past.
It's almost it's later.
Where, it almost feels a little too modern in a way.
It's so modern.
With its 65 but it's still fun. We have like the Famicom. We really enjoyed.
Yes, like exactly. Perfect example. Never had one. Didn't know it existed. I mean, I had an NES. That's my NES. We get this Famicom.
I'd like to see a tour of your collection back there.
And we just are like, this is adorable. We love this thing. It's so much fun. And the fact that it came, like, you could buy a keyboard for it and actually program in BASIC. And we were just like, that's so cool.
And we probably never would have done it except for the channel.
That's true.
That's one that we would have done.
Yeah, that and the Aquarius. I don't know if I would have acquired an Aquarius if it weren't for the channel, but
the Aquarius is a unique machine.
Yeah. The sort of the successor to the Intellivision, which I don't have one of, which I want. So we've got a few things on the
television
to acquire list.
Cool. Awesome. So you mentioned some of the cool things you've been working on lately. What would you say is your coolest acquisition lately?
Oh, that's got to be the Omni laptop.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Stand by.
Here it comes.
Don't break it.
I know.
It's pretty hardy.
It's adorable. Look at the whole thing.
How cute is this? It's so
and the battery's still charged.
Yep, because it uses 18650s.
And run around the yard again.
I mean, it's just this little guy.
Wow.
I think it's super cool that somebody.
I love it.
Because I guess, of all of the old computers that we have, none of them really, except for the MC10, would have a form factor that would let you, without changing the machine's form factor, just laptop it, make it into a laptop by adding a screen, and then of course,
that's truly portable.
Yeah, and then they had to add the batteries and stuff to the motherboard, but it's so clever. So yeah, right now it's sort of like it's retro, but it's modernized. I love new stuff for old hardware. So we've done a bunch of videos with the Backbit Pro because it works on so many different machines.
And Eevee's awesome.
Yeah, but we've like the floppy emu, just stuff like that. It's like, oh, a modern solution to allow me to play with this old computer and not have to, because I do not like my Tandy 1000 does not have a working disk drive. When it did, it was a 5.25 inch floppy, and at some point it just, it makes the worst noise if you give power to it. It's like, so I took it out and I was like, oh yeah, this booted to the floppy drive.
The TI-99 for it.
Cool. So we ultimately wound up putting the 3-in-1 card in it, and it's just like modern solution. It pops right in, and now it's completely usable, and I can use modern,
hybrid.
Yeah, elements. Yeah.
Flash storage for solid state. It's fantastic.
So we lost another one.
Whoop, there it goes.
There he goes.
Bye, Javier.
No, something.
I was like, what's he gonna get?
What's he gonna bring?
Bye, Javier.
Oh, now he's over here.
I'm back.
Woo, I'm dizzy.
Sorry, that's a joke we do every episode. Anyway. Oh man.
There we go.
This.
Yeah.
Do you know about this?
What is it?
Do you know about
He's
that?
like, hold on, I'm not prepared.
All right.
He's just showing off.
I'm
That's
gonna
what this is
show
for.
off. Yeah.
That's what this is for.
You never seen one of these before?
I don't think
I
so.
don't think I have.
Back in the day, the Apple IIc had this little it had this calculator LCD style screen, and that's what that is. But Javier did some magic things with it.
I did
Because
what you did.
Javier's nuts. The suspense should make you big so we can all see.
No pressure. I like the I'd rather be retro riding.
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
I wouldn't.
Hold on to your horses.
Oh.
We've never done retro riding.
You see, when you want to show off, it never works.
Ah,
Check this drive.
that's the truth. That's the way it always
I
ends.
got nothing, but I can connect. I was not prepared, basically. But yeah. There you go. It's like a laptop. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Bring us over to it, man.
Here we go.
Bring the computer close. And let's move it so you can see that it's, of course, it's actually dark. And give me a couple of minutes, and I'll connect a drive, and we'll show it up nicely. Okay, guys, keep on talking.
Awesome.
I've got that same art bin. See it back there?
Carpet.
Art bin.
Oh, that's great. Oh gosh. What else do we want to talk about? See, I'm the worst host. Usually we let Ron guide things because he's got personality and actually knows how to talk to human beings.
Well, that's
But he's not here to guide us through.
That's why he has a movie career.
Yeah, I know, right? So
But we brought big stickers to scare him away.
So, we were asking about Kansas Fest. Hopefully you'll be able to make it in 2023. And Sean can tell you a lot about that because he's on the board of Kansas Fest and kind of helps keep it running there. But basically it's the yearly Apple II convention. And it is the coolest thing ever. It's super awesome. Javier is always there. He's usually out back because it's in the middle of the summer at Rockhurst University, and Javier is there in the back retrobriding. He literally takes over a couple of picnic benches and just retrobride stuff for people. And Sean's there and helps run the garage giveaway and stuff to give away tons of Apple IIs to people who don't need it. And we play games, and it's 4 days of insanity. It's absolutely crazy. It's the coolest.
Called Nerdvana.
Nerdvana.
Well, we give away more than Apple IIs. We've also there's been a few Commodores and Tiris 80s, and whatever lands in my lap, I tend to send to the garage giveaway.
Boo Commodore, boo Atari.
Yeah, boo Commodore.
But no, it's been going on for forever. Jeremy's Vintage Hillary Shack asks, if if I go to Kansas Fest, can I bring my 2GS? Yes. You can bring out anything you want, man.
Oh yeah.
No.
We encourage people to bring the real thing if they can.
Yep.
Because
bring your computers. Yep.
It's a lot of fun.
Yep.
And if you got something that's broken, bring it because we have people there that like to repair things.
Do both of you are you aware of Sark on Twitter? CRT dude? No.
Maybe.
Yeah, he was.
It sounds familiar, but I can't.
That does
drum of an image.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, Sark and TJ, they both take out a room and they usually have a repair fest. If anything comes into the garage giveaway that's like kind of iffy or broken, just take it back to them, and chances are they'll get it fixed.
Yep. They spend that entire week just hanging out there amongst the soldering fumes and Bud Light.
Just breathing.
Yeah, dude, they do all the things, and they fix all the stuff. And
we're going in. Oh yeah, we're going in on it. Here we go. Like so far, we haven't ever driven. I mean, we've been to 2, so our N is low. But we have never driven, so we haven't been able to like really bring too much or bring much back from any conferences, unfortunately, because that would be kind of nice.
So here's Javier showing off his LCD. That thing is the coolest thing ever.
So what I did is this LCDs. It was a black and white LCD that it's really old and you barely could read it. I replaced it with a modern color LCD. I put the wiring inside. So I kept the look and feel of the original. This is the original, device, but I put an LCD with color, and you can see, it looks really nice.
That is so cool.
And right now we're running out of the W drive. That it's also like a little drive that has an L.
Javier, where the heck are your buttons? Where are your buttons?
I just drop it. Sorry. I was looking for it and I drop it. So the buttons are all around scattered. So I'll put them back. I wasn't prepared. Sorry.
Do you need me to fix that for you too, Javier?
Actually, that would be a good idea.
You'd be like, dang.
You have a 3D printer now. 3D print your own buttons.
So now that you're talking about that, look, we do also like to tinker with things. Oh, you cannot see it from there. There's a little screen.
Oh, that is too cute.
It shows what your ROM version is. And it's all, it's this machine is kind of portable. Actually,
it's kind of portable.
It is portable. If you put a battery to it, it will be able to be portable. And this is supposed to be, you put it like this, and there's a handle in the back.
You're ready to go.
And you can
put it on a donkey and you're ready to go.
Yep. Yeah, actually, if I disconnect it, I can take it with me.
Oh. It drops on the ground.
So that's.
And then I'll have another thing I have to fix.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
That's another running joke. So Eric's Edge is asking you, what programming skills do you have?
Whatever.
Let's put skills in quotes.
Whatever you need to learn at the time, probably.
Yeah. So I'm pretty fluent. Well, I can program in BASIC for my retro computers. That's pretty much what you need. Mm-hmm. For modern stuff, I do robotics and rockets are hobbies of mine, and that tends to be Python.
With Python.
Yeah. And then I've written games in Godot 3. So I don't, it's Pythonic. I don't know if you would even count that as another language. Took Fortran in college. Remember nothing.
I was gonna say I took C++ 1,000 years ago.
Yeah.
I took Fortran, but it didn't add up.
And like a billion trillion years ago in another life, I did e-commerce, and
you were doing HTML,
15-bit Perl, and
PHP. Yeah.
But I mean, it's been so long since I've had to do it. I think we sort of learn stuff as we need to do it,
right,
on the fly.
I want to do this.
So what do I need to learn?
I'll figure out
what I need to know to do that.
Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. I want to build this robot to do this, and this. So,
cool.
I'll pick it up as I go.
So I'm going to go off on a slight tangent. You mentioned robots. We're talking about programming. Like, how far into that have you gotten? I guess is the question. Like, I don't even know how to form the question. It's like robots have microcontrollers. Talk.
Well, I took some graduate classes in cognitive science, which is sort of an amalgamation of psychology, philosophy of mind, and then AI. So I took a neural networks class and I took a robotics elective. So I built a robot that basically It was really simple. It was basically eyeballs, and the camera was in one of the eyeballs, and it was programmed to recognize a face. And then once it had locked in on your face, if you moved around, it followed you with its eyes. I mean, it's a 1 semester type of project.
I don't know Wickerman.
No, it's long been taken apart.
I was like,
nothing in the lab is sacred, and I will yank things out of things to build them other things very, very quickly. For my rocket, I'm getting close. Basically, it's gonna need to know it's on the launch pad when I tell it, okay, you're on the launch pad, and then after that, it's all
automated.
It's gonna have to detect when it's been launched. So I've got an altimeter on there, and then the computers in the rocket. It's gonna need to. So it's gonna need to know it's launched. It's gonna need to know when it's at apogee, and when it's at apogee, it needs to turn the motor, which will allow the parachute to come out.
Oh.
Well, because we haven't done the big rockets on the channel.
Yeah.
She's certified. What are you up to?
I'm level 2 high power certified.
So she's high power certified.
Wow.
So this is for a high powered rocket.
Oh, okay.
The rocket is 7 feet tall.
Oh.
So yeah.
Yes.
It's fun. I love high power rocketry. It's not nearly as big in terms of the number of people in the community as she's getting my rocket, I think. But yeah, for your level 3, you have to do kind of a big project, and essentially it's robotics inside a rocket to get that's part of it.
Yes.
This is the bottom half in the nose cone. There's a whole section. Like if we built it, it would actually not stand up straight in here.
Oh.
But I put the Raspberry Pi because that's what's inside it. Wait, rotate. Python.
Yeah.
And Lock 7, which is the name of that's the kit. Anyway, but
So since it's got a Raspberry Pi, it's worth $200 more now.
Yeah.
Sure. In the background.
So that's kind of, I suppose, the answer to how far I've gotten in robotics. So not Boston Dynamics. Far.
Oh yeah, we got one of those dogs.
Not yet.
I'm sitting here trying to just A, B, and C a motor to that robot.
Oh, Sean.
That robot was a computer dressed as a robot. So we had this 8th grade project, and we took my Tandy 1000 and turned it into a character for the skit we were doing. Is for Odyssey of the Mind, if you've ever heard of that.
Oh yeah.
We've never actually talked about the robot itself. So basically, it was a cardboard body over the Tandy 1000, and then we went and got those for a dryer.
Yeah, just
those slinky kind of tubes that
dryer
outlet. Yeah. So those were the arms. It was sad.
I mean, it didn't move or anything.
It didn't do anything. It was on a wheelie cart.
Yeah, just...
But it was plugged into the wall, so it was tethered, which is really useful for robots. Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, that was
that wasn't a real robot by any stretch.
But
it did really happen.
It did really happen.
Yeah, 100% of what our computer had been programmed to display was graphics, and that's all we needed it for. And it was the face of the robot. So, so that's what we did.
That was the Odyssey of the Mind.
Good times.
Candy story.
Very short, leaving out the part where it came unplugged from the wall and the thing rebooted in the middle of the skit. You had to do a skit around it. Guess we should add that. And you had a story, and it had to do certain things at certain times. We hit the button.
That's cool. I love it. I love that. So we're about the halfway point of the show, a little bit further, and this is when we start talking about all of our really cool projects and toys we've got recently. We've let you talk, but we're going to let you talk some more. We asked you earlier what you've been working on. Is there any one particular project you're working on right now that you really, really want to get out there or tease people with that might be coming up on your show next?
Sure.
Sure. Yes.
I'm already. Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say it's gonna be scope tracks.
We need an oscilloscope.
Someone give us the telescope.
Someone give us a lead.
On where to find an oscilloscope. Because it's got X, Y, and Z.
And the blank.
Blanking. And this is the chip I forgot to buy, but I've ordered it now. But the Scope Tracks board
There you go.
is quite wonderful. It's got all these little Easter eggs on it. So that alone is good times.
Oh yeah, yeah. If you look, you can see all the little. Yeah, it's got like asteroids on it, and like
beautiful.
Yeah, this right
like
here.
an Enterprise and a UFO.
This is the car from Pole Position.
Oh yeah.
And this, I can't do anything with the mirror. This is the mountain in the background, I think, of Pole Position. And then there's a little Starship Enterprise on here somewhere.
Oh, I see him.
Right above the processor.
Really, the opposite thing is going to be weird. Oh God. Oh God.
Yep.
Right there.
Ah!
That is cool. That is super cool.
I really want to get it to work.
We really want to
really want to get it to work.
It's
such an exciting idea.
So Bob Darlington is asking what state you're in because he has friends with scopes all over the country. Bob
Tennessee.
Bob is kind of connected guy. So yes.
Tennessee.
Memphis, Tennessee area. So if there's anybody watching, or if Bob, you know anybody in Memphis, Tennessee. Yep, I haven't been drinking. I promise.
West Tennessee is important.
Yeah.
We will. We should get you guys a scope. That will be super awesome.
That'd be cool.
So, Javier, what have you been working on lately, man?
On my now beloved Atari.
Yay, Atari!
It's finished. Yeah. Finally, this thing has a history. And one of the latest thing that I did is I painted it. This is the first time. This is a first for me, guys. I retrowrite it. I didn't like the way it looked. I didn't like the plastics of this machine. So I went out and get that. What's the name of the company? LB something?
Yep.
Show it off,
LVP.
please. LVP. They make custom-made paint. Okay. And this is the platinum, what is called?
RAL 7044. Here, I'll see if I can get it.
Rolls off the tongue.
On the screen. Yep. LVPpaints.com, RAL 7044. This is the exact match for original Apple Platinum.
Correct.
Yep. Good to know.
And now for Atari. Well, actually, yeah, I think it looks better in this color, this Atari. Sorry.
It looks really sharp.
Yeah, it looks really nice. And I also get this little thing that says 4160, because now it's a 4160 because it has 4 megs of RAM. And what else does it have? It has this little thing in the back that it's a hard drive that this guy from Spain sent it to me, and I installed a USB because you got to put a USB. You got to connect it to an external USB. So is
that a FujiNet? Is that a FujiNet?
No, it looks like, but it's the same guy that makes the small FujiNet. It's a hard drive for the Atari, and it needs a power from USB. So what I did is I put 5 volts from the power supply, put it in a USB connector, and I put it directly over here. So I don't have to run another cable. And it's cool, you know. I like it. It has one of those. What's the name of the thing?
GoTech Lotharic kind of flash floppy thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I'm happy. It's all right.
Cool. And rightly so.
Yep. And I've been doing 3D stuff, but I think that's in the next section, isn't it?
Yeah, recent gets is in the next section. Yes.
Oh well, no. Yeah, I didn't get anything. So this is what I've been doing. This is 3D printed of a part from.
I'm going to make you big on this one because this one needs a little detail.
Yeah. So this part, for context, this is conserver, and this goes in between an Apple IIgs. The Apple IIgs in the bottom, and this is the monitor goes on top, and you can actually put a couple of drives over here. But this device came, and it's basically you connect. It's a connector, and also it's a fan, just for you to know. And then you turn it on from the front, and you're supposed to put floppy drive. And they have one around here. So you put the drives over here, and they fit. So you can put 2 drives, but sometimes people only have 1 drive, and it came with this device, with this little piece of plastic that you just put it in there, and you can put floppies in here. You put your floppies over here. So there's people that have lost this little plastic thing, and they asked me if I could reproduce it. So this is actually the reproduction, 3D printed and painted, and I had to paint it because I didn't use my expensive filament because I didn't know if it was going to come out this good. So that's it. It works. It fits, and that's what I've been doing. Reproductions of things that are lost.
Cool. Awesome.
That's me.
Sean, what are you doing? Working?
I've done nothing. I suck. No, I've been doing so many hours of work. I've got 6 major projects, and I haven't been able to touch anything retro in the past week or 2 weeks. I feel awful.
But you have like one of the largest Apple II collections in the world. Just go downstairs and like put your hands on it, and you can say you did your thing.
I have gone downstairs a few times, and I sit down and I'll just kind of look around, and I think like, where do I start? That I just
close your eyes.
3,000 square feet of Apple. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do I do?
I rub it in.
Cool.
Well, I do have a couple things that I wanted to mention that I've been working on. The first most important thing is for one of our guests or for one of our hosts that cannot be here tonight. This is Rudy's Color Classic Macintosh Color Classic board. He sent it to me for it to be recapped, and we've got the nice new tantalum capacitors on there. And he said when he put it away 6 months ago, it worked, and when I got it, it was dead. So we had to fix it. I fixed that tonight or this afternoon on Dave's stream over Dave's Vintage Apple Tech, and ended up finding out that it was a broken trace, or I should say, we'll show you. I had to put a bodge trace right there where my finger is. It's kind of hard to see right there, because one of the interior 5-volt planes, because this is a 4 or 6 layer board, one of the internal planes got capacitor juice in it and eroded out. So this part of the board was disconnected from that part of the board. So fixed that up for him. So that's cool. And the other thing I worked on was the night before, thanks to Trina and Trina's Technobabble for hosting me very graciously on Saturday. I was able to preserve 2 discs for the NEC PC 8001A. That's this guy right back here. This is like the rarest thing in my collection. Apparently I now like own more than anybody in the United States because I now have 3 of the things somehow. I don't know how that happened.
You had one.
But basically, this gentleman saw my video about this from like 4 years ago on YouTube, and he's like, I have one of these. I saw you were asking about the discs. If you take the 3 that I have and make them go away, I will let you have them, and then you can preserve the discs. And then we can get the discs put on Internet Archive for other people. And the reason is because this is a very rare version of the unit that has single-sided floppy drives. There are no single-sided disk images on the internet. They're all for the double-sided, and it's CPM, so it's like incompatible with everything. So Trina hosted me Saturday, and we got those working. Special shout out to John Kenny Morris of Applesoft fame, the gentleman who made the Applesoft disk preservation system. He gave me some pointers who helped me restore the customer's original disk after I accidentally formatted it. Anyway, I almost accidentally formatted the source disk I was trying to copy. But that's what I've been doing. So that's a big project. I got a lot of other just reverse engineering things and stuff for the Apple III and for the Apple II and for the Mac and just lots of other craziness going on. But I will reserve some of those cool things for the next segment, which is right now. The next segment is right now. This is the Recent Get segment where we talk about all our cool, fun, new toys that we have acquired. And I will let Taylor and Amy go first. You've already mentioned things earlier. Is there some other really cool new thing that you want to show off?
That probably already happened.
I think we did that part by accident when we showed you the spiky laptop.
Oh yeah, that's
the cute new thing we have.
Anything at all.
Anything at all. What about your Game Boy?
I'm trying to write a Game Boy game, but that's not an acquisition.
No, I'm just like thinking of things.
There's the new thing. There's the new thing. Go buy some merch from them. Help support them.
Oh yeah.
Amy
do
did
it. Do it
update
now.
The merch shop.
Oh yeah, I made it a little fancier.
And
all the
all
merch is
people
the
in
same,
chat right now are required to come back with your receipt numbers to prove that you're real fans and that you bought stuff from their shop.
No, you're not. If you want something, get it. If not, that's fine.
We're not good at selling. The idea is if it makes you happy.
If it makes you happy.
It makes you happy.
Yes.
That's the motto. I actually put that motto on the website now.
There you go.
We're here for the hard sell. Do it if you want.
Yeah, there you go. Buy merchant amounts of oscilloscope.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes.
If it makes you happy.
It makes you happy.
Garth Beagle's asking if you have a Patreon, Ko-Fi, PayPal, or donations or anything like that.
Wait, Garth Beagle. We did whoop up a
Ko-Fi.
Have coffee, Ko-Fi, however you say it. We do have that. We are not awesome enough to have a Patreon.
Oh yeah, here it is.
Maybe we'll work up for that someday. Yeah. But we threw the Ko-Fi on there because some people wanted to like help out, and that way there's an avenue already set up for that if you would like. Cool. And of course, if anyone wants to send us an oscilloscope,
or just give me a lead on where to find it,
or
I'm happy to pay for it. I'm not asking for
our PO box is on. We do have our mail address, which is not in the Bass Pro Pyramid. But pretty close to it, frankly. Actually, you can see it from there.
Yeah, Garth asked that question earlier. Somebody asked that question.
Yeah, I was like, I sort of had the chat down here, and then I kind of lost it, but I did see that go by. Like, do you hang out in the Bass Pro? I've been in it. Pretty neat.
I spent the extra money to ride all.
There it is. It's Tom. Tom's a joker.
Yeah.
Tom, you joker.
This
is your box of googly eyes.
The truth of the matter is, when I need something from Bass Pro Shop, there is actually one closer to me than the Pyramid, so I tend to do my shopping elsewhere in the rare times that I need something from that store. But I have definitely been to the Pyramid shop.
I mean, it's neat to go in once. There's like rivers and
that's gorgeous.
Alligators.
Like you go up to the top, the view is spectacular.
Oh yeah, it's great. You have fear of heights? Don't go.
Don't do that.
What is Ko-Fi or coffee? People are pronouncing coffee.
So we didn't say Ko-Fi, but I was just thinking coffee.
Ko-Fi.
It's gotta be coffee because their link is a coffee mug. That's their logo.
That's what it's meant to be. But then you want it to be like Wi-Fi.
Pay me for a coffee, yeah.
Ko-Fi. So
whatever.
Maybe they pronounce it Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi, yeah.
Wi-Fi!
Wi-Fi!
Possible.
Just like communication, hey, Joe? Yep.
Yes. So, Javier, what's your cool new toy you got?
The only cool toys that I have are the Fujinet, the new one that I got, remember? Mm-hmm. And that little thing that I'm gonna make a program about it. This little OLED device is to show what is on the ROM version, ROM 4X version. The ROM 4X sends the signal over here and shows you what version you have. So been working on that one, and the Fujinet, just playing with it. I just updated it. Also updated the version, so now I can go to VVSs, and I think they're gonna put CPM over it. I'm not that sure, but I've been playing with this too.
Cool. CPM, so you get to run all the hottest business packages like WordStar and VisiCalc.
That's so important. So important. But yeah, FujiNet is cool.
Retro Techie is asking you, what about the mini Apple II?
Oh, I gotta show it. Yeah,
I gotta show it. I'm gonna check the chat.
I keep forgetting about this thing. Sorry, guys. I got recently. I think I showed the last program, isn't it?
Yeah, I think you kind of showed it off for a half second. You like turned it on, then turned it off.
Why it doesn't turn on? Oh, because I have it.
I want one.
It's an Apple IIe. Oh,
insane!
It's running. Sorry. Sorry.
Oops, like my Apple Watch.
But it is on an Apple Watch.
That is insane.
You hear it?
Yeah.
That is crazy. I want it.
So it has an SD. This is a computer itself. It has an SD card. It has a USB, so you connect a keyboard and you can play the games and everything. And you run a battery, of course, out of it. This is way too big, so I'm going to try to get a smaller one so I can put it as a watch.
Yes, that's what we were just thinking.
That needs to be done by Kansas Fest 2023, or else I'm coming to your house to steal it and do it myself.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you'd be like, oh, my Apple Watch. Oh, did you think I meant like an Apple IIe?
You will win the show.
Mm-hmm.
That is awesome.
Yeah,
I love
this
it.
is awesome. So we'll get it working.
Retro Tech wants it.
What's the fascination with the miniature monitors and the miniature joysticks and such?
He's compensating.
They're just
so cute. Tiny, portable.
Well,
they look good.
Okay.
They look great in the Barbie townhouse.
And Taylor and Amy can use them as earrings.
But I love that in our lifetime, something has gone from, maybe a room to like, oh, I can wear it on my wrist.
What about if you're running hard Mac in your earrings?
Yeah.
Yeah, could totally do that.
That's it.
It's like, oh, let me check my email.
Yeah.
I demand, Javier, that you make the tiny joystick work with it.
Actually, I got plans. I'm sending my tiny keyboard with my tiny joystick to the maker of that, so he can actually make them work.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Justin's asking what computer is that. He's not feeling well tonight, so he might be a little bit behind the times. It is an absolutely minuscule Apple IIe. Justin,
if you ask about the processor, I know as much as you do. So it's a small processor.
It looks like a Raspberry Pi 24E processor.
I have no idea what it is, but it's really weird.
Mm-hmm. That is insane.
I love it.
The whole thing is the size of the original 6502 processor. That is insane.
Yeah, it's amazing. And an Apple IIe is not even a plus; it's a 2E with 128.
What computer board is the mini Apple II running on? Yes.
No idea.
Can it run? Tom is banned. Can it run Windows Vista?
Oh!
No. Tom,
no.
So, Sean, what's your cool toy?
The only thing I've acquired this week are a couple of I/O cards. I got an ASTI multi-I/O, brand new, shrink wrapped in the box, and I picked up a Parallel Pro with a Buffer Pro from Applied Engineering, because I'm an Applied Engineering big time collector. I also picked up a couple of brand new monitors, new in the box, a couple of EGAs, actual IBM 5154s. Never been used, brand new, so pretty proud of those.
PC stuff? Boo!
No, I can use it on the Apple II.
Okay, good.
Okay.
We
love it all.
Yes, that's right. You can use it with my cool adapter. You can use it on the Apple III.
Yeah. Well, I'm just finding brand new IBM monitors today. Yeah. Never been opened. I was happy to get them.
Yeah.
And I got them for $20 each.
That's where do people find this stuff?
Yeah. Jeez.
Like I get an Apple IIgs for like $500.
These
Like,
literally fell in my lap.
I
used to work with.
I'm gonna go and sit next to you, Sean.
Yeah, I know.
So they fell in my lap too.
I'm just gonna like park in front of your house.
Yeah, exactly.
And raid it in the middle of the night.
Well,
I know where you live. I've been there.
I have found some exceptional deals over the years. I will admit. Brand new Apple IIGSs and 2C pluses, and they're still on the shelf. They're not doing anything.
But
the chips we order don't show up.
You need to turn them on. So recent gets in my world. I mentioned this because of the preservation project I was working on. An entire stack of rare NEC PC 8001A hardware and manuals. 3 systems, 3 I/O units, 2 floppy disk units, 3 monitors, and a whole box of the original documentation that went with all of that. None of which is preserved. So that is going to be super awesome to be able to preserve that for anybody else out there who might need that stuff for their NEC 8001A. Again, the NEC 8000, the PC 8001A being the rare North American variant of the NEC PC 8001, which was a huge success in Japan and ended up leading to like the 8800 and a whole bunch of other string of NEC computers and their kind of domination of the market in the 80s. So the other thing that it's not really a recent get, but the other thing that I've been working on is this. You'll see this wood right here.
I do.
That's a door.
Also from the 70s.
Yeah, house built 1950, baby. So on the other side of that is a piece of wood paneling and then a room. And I may be expanding the museum through that door into that other room, which I'll be able to then finally do what I really want to do and do like Taylor and Amy have a nice setup behind them.
Yeah.
Be able to set up the computers like instead of them being all stacked up like this, where they're just all piled
and with lights like them. Yeah.
Per bench spot, and then have them like not plugged in, but like connected, so that I can just flip a power switch on the back, flip a what's the word? Power strip on, and just be able to actually use it. Because right now, using any computer is like a 5-minute unburying process, and just to get stuff out, it's just been a pain. So
they change colors.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm jealous. Everybody's got the wonderful RGB color schemes going on, and I'm sitting in like a madman's.
Oh, there went all our lights, so like the camera's having trouble.
So yeah, so that's what's going on.
Nice.
In Joe land. We're running a little bit short tonight because we have fewer people to talk and tell about what's going on in their world. So, is there anything else anybody wants to talk about, chat about, anything at all? It doesn't have to be computer related. I mean, it would be nice to be computer related.
I mean, it'd be nice.
Oh yeah, here I'll talk about this little story. I've talked about this before, but not too many times. So Thomas Armstrong mentioned this. He may remember this from some of my other streams. So you'll notice right here where my elbow is that there's tape. That's because if I touch this and then touch like random objects in my shop down here, I'll get electrocuted. My house is wired wrong. The ground pin is bootleg ground to neutral. And if you touch the wrong thing, you end up becoming the neutral path instead of neutral.
Okay.
So yes, I need an electric. Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Tom was here. He's like, I meant to try that out during my visit, but I forgot.
That is not a feature.
Yeah. Welcome to Joe's Computer Museum. Here, sign this waiver. We are not.
You may randomly become the ground.
It's bad. It's bad down here. But like early on too, because a lot of my stuff was plugged into. I got these ceiling outlets, and these aren't grounded at all. and everything was plugged into those, and it was really spicy. Like you couldn't touch the chassis of a machine. You couldn't, like the little screws under the front of the Apple II would get me every time because you could go to Control Delete and put your thumb on it. I ran an extension cord from the shop all the way across the house out to the garage to where a new outlet had been installed before we moved in that has ground. So only half of the stuff here electrocutes me. So
okay,
safety third.
Yeah, remind me never to go back to Joe's house. Just don't touch anything metal and you're fine.
Just tell them it's your security system.
Like sometimes I can even I can get the what is it? I can get my multimeter and put the ground lead. It doesn't really matter, but I put one of the leads into the back, just on the chassis of my computer down here, and then touch the other part of it to the floor and get 50 volts.
Okay.
It's great. It's awesome. It's tasty.
You're glitchy.
Yeah.
Well, we need to find 5 volts on the Fairchild. Maybe we can just use your house.
Exactly.
If anyone knows where 5 volts is on the Fairchild.
It's nuts. It's crazy.
We just use the wall.
Joe's Computer Museum, where the Reefa is you.
Joe's
anti-theft device. Yeah.
In Soviet Russia.
Yeah.
What do you want your new nickname to be? Sparky, Buzz, or
oh gosh, that's
Smoky, Buzz, Sparky.
Smoky, yeah, there, Smoky Joe. Mm-hmm. Yep, Smoky Joe. I love it. We're doing it. We're doing it now. I'm not going to hear the end of that one. I'm going to get people calling me Smoky Joe for the next 2 years on live streams. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
Regret that at your leisure.
Uh-huh.
Oh, man. Any questions in the chat? Anything anybody wants to talk about? Just throw them in the chat there.
Bring up the chat.
I need Smoky Joe's t-shirts. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh, t-shirt idea. Done.
Well, Tom died in my museum. Now what?
What's that smell?
Thingamabs.
Yeah.
It's that's an inside joke. Thank you, Trina, for bringing that inside joke back out. You're banned. You're banned from the channel.
Being brought down.
Craziness. Insanity. Oh, man. Oh, there you go. That's a good question. I love that one. Favorite video game of all time for Amy and Taylor?
What was my favorite? Number 2?
Yeah, we like 2. So the Fairchild games are all numbered. So that's the joke. Have you played 2?
I'm super great at 2.
Yeah. I used to play Call of Duty, but now I'm really into 4.
I played Ape-Man. What was that?
That was 2.
That was 2. Yeah, I'm basically world champion at 2.
I like Galaga a lot. Big fan of Ms. Pac-Man. Halo 2. That's pretty old at this point. I haven't modern gamed in a minute.
Yeah. I remember that was Destiny 2.
Yeah.
Warlocks forever.
So
that one.
We can never get to the end of the Ninja Turtles game. Double Dragon.
Trina can't find a Taylor in
Double Dragon 2.
2, which I still as an adult can't do.
Oh,
are you trying to find the video, Fairchild? 2. Oh yeah, buy merch.
There's the merch store.
Yay.
There you go. Trina was
That
asking.
makes you happy.
Yes.
Hard sell. Woo!
Yay! Bye.
I thought I picked that up. It has like that whole banner basically was just like whatever it pulled in, which was like just the name of it. I mean, it was like it looked like it was like something from sequel.
Shirts, hoodies, hats. Ooh, yes.
Yeah, that I turned on everything. You could buy whatever you want.
81 products with this design.
I think I offered a
Cool stuff.
rainbow tie-dyed travel diaper to someone the other day because I'm like,
What diaper? What?
It's just like Because you can pick what you want to have turned on.
They have dog bandanas. They're really cute.
They're really cute. But I was like, let's turn it all on. Whatever they make, you can have it with our logo on it.
Oh,
Right?
horrible.
He's a good boy.
Given that we
Or
have
the little
the
black
background
little
of
blap. Nah.
about 70% of our videos.
Yeah, there's a lot of dogs here.
So much dogs.
So someday we can introduce the dogs again. Not today.
Dogs.
There's too many dogs.
I want a dog. There you go. Old man hat.
One of these.
There you go.
Oh man.
That's hilarious.
You're welcome, Trina. Rampage. Somebody else asked another question. Where's the giant joystick now?
Well, we are not in direct control personally of the giant joystick.
I think it's in Oregon.
Yeah.
We sent it to California, and I'm pretty sure the Californians sent it to Oregon.
They're like, keep shipping it north. Eventually, it'll not be my problem anymore.
We lost track of it at that point.
I mean, technically, after we sent it the first leg, it was out of our hands. We sort of give suggestions, so people aren't just like, oh God, who do I give this to?
Maybe you should get into the society.
Yeah, the Joystick Appreciation Society. There you go.
Oh, I don't know if anyone involved with this joystick would be allowed in.
The Joystick Punishment Society.
Yeah, it's sort of like I called it a white elephant gift the other day.
They're asking if you like cats.
Yes.
Allergic to?
Also
yes.
Hey, welcome. Yeah. Me too. I'm allergic.
I can spend 30 minutes in a room where a cat lives before I have a complete meltdown of all of my face. It's sad.
Aww. I like cats.
You can't play with them without histamine blockers.
Yes. And then you're sleepy.
Not with the second generation, but still.
Yeah. Cool. Awesome sauce. So I think it's time for us to kind of roll into our shameless plugs section. We've already showed off your merch. It's now
I was gonna say, what's left?
Just get into all the stuff you're doing and tell everybody how to find you so that they, after the show, they can go subscribe and support all your wonderful endeavors.
We're on YouTube.
YubTub.
The Taylor and Amy Show.
Go subscribe.
I think we're at Taylor Amy Show.
There you go. Thank God. Okay.
There we are.
We did recently get the whatever
handle
doodad, whatever.
Yeah.
We do have a Twitter, which is how we're here.
If you see us smiling at you,
as long as Twitter exists.
Yeah, I know, right?
Because we did hop on Mastodon, although I don't know that we've really done too much with it.
Not one toot.
In that we're on it.
I haven't tooted.
Just in case.
Also, it's fun. We do have Instagram, but it seems to be just sort of like artistic things that I decide to put up every once in a while. There's Adrian.
There's the joystick.
Zoom in on that face.
That man.
Oh my God.
Oh
God. Is not happy.
Oh man, we got to meet him, but he's
not a happy
just
camper.
So I love him. He's so sweet.
God.
There you go.
Back to
Yeah,
100%. There we go. Yep.
That is so good.
Oh, it's only me. No, bad.
It's all you.
There we go.
No pressure.
Okay.
It's
Cool.
all about you.
Of course, we put the.
Yeah, that's our main stuff. So really, mostly YouTube and Twitter with a sprinkling of Instagram, which were linked somewhere.
Yep, it's a lot of these links are at the top right of your YouTube channel. So if anyone wants to go find those things, you can go grab them. Like
it's also
there's your Instagram page. Yep. Mm-hmm.
We're not as good at advertising as we should be. There it is.
Like it's huge.
There's a joystick.
Huge.
Wow.
It is a honkin' chunker.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. I
the
love
anti-Javier stick.
Yeah,
That's
there
right.
you go.
That's
I
right.
love it so much to say anybody who's listening who receives it, do not send it to me.
Oh yeah.
Right.
But I said
that sounds like an invite.
That's an invite. Yeah,
the way to get it.
cool.
You better take your address off the internet.
Yeah, I know. I'm hiding. I'm
You
gone.
could invite the joystick to this and just one of the squares.
Yes.
Him and AJ, I thought it was so funny when they put it in their car and like put a seatbelt around it, and AJ kept calling it the remote. So she's like, "Are you ready to go, remote?"
Oh, that's adorable.
And it just a shot of joystick.
I'll put googly eyes on it. You know me. I'll just it'll go to the next person with like a butt ton of googly eyes. One on each button. Yep.
Oh,
If
man,
anyone who gets the joystick needs Joe's address,
That's right.
let me know. Tom,
yes!
no.
Yes.
Oh man. Oh, that's crazy.
Like the idea, everyone puts their sticker on it when they get it.
Yes.
And so far as the four that we're aware of.
Yeah. Sort of like the classic luggage in the movie where they've got stickers.
Yeah.
I have one of those.
Yep.
I love those stickers.
Yeah.
We got that. Good. They make me happy.
Tom was handing them out like gelt at VCF. So yeah.
Oh well, I mean, you saw this. We were like, the stickers were like, I was just putting them on random places. Like, well, he was like, I was watching some random video and there were just stickers resting on random flat surfaces. I'm like, yeah, there were. So we did that. Yeah, that's the new hologram ones. Heads up.
Those are awesome. Somebody,
Nice.
I swear somebody
There
gave me
was a
one.
sale.
Do I have one? I swear somebody from VCF got one to me. Did they?
Oh man, I love
No,
those stickers.
no, they didn't. Okay, going on your website to order.
Where's the love? Yeah.
Oh, if you give us your address,
We will only
do
send
it.
you a
Don't do
sticker
it.
for sure.
I'll give you my work address. Joe, what the hell is this gigantic box? I can't lift it. It's by your door.
Yeah. Oh yeah, man. It's a monstrosity, and shipping it's a whole other. That's why there's a lot of direct handoffs with the joystick, because that's not the cheapest thing you've ever shipped.
No.
I think taking it to a fest would be hilarious because it could be
And like a lot of people could maybe do videos or shit, and then you have a direct handoff. I think it'd be great to take to a fest. But yeah, let us send you stickers
because the ones that I'm big to order are not the same.
Tom,
Right,
shut
like a
up.
sticker meal to make massive ones. It's Ohio.
Pay $5 for the rest of the address. Okay, we're done.
Ohio.
Are you an Ohio State fan?
What's that? What?
Are you a Buckeyes fan?
I'm in Ohio and I'm supposed to be. I'm not.
Sorry.
I'm not a sports ball person. It's like they sports
one
and we
is.
sports and they
Taylor
sports
is huge
harder and,
football.
like
No. Sorry.
not my
My
thing.
bad.
I mean, the closest you'll ever find me to being a Buckeye is if anybody orders anything from my website and they're in Ohio, I send them a little Ohio made with love and Ohio. But,
Stay proud.
yeah,
Use that as a guitar pick.
That you could use it as a guitar pick. If you were so inclined.
cool. Javier.
Here's our state shape thing.
Cool.
Yes.
So
I voted.
Oh, nice.
Tom. No. Javier, go. Promote yourself.
All right. So I am Habmaster at bigbang.social. As you can see, my name now, because I'm not going to Twitters anymore. I'm on YouTube also, Habmaster. And remember, 8BTs, besties in the internet.
Besides me.
I'm ready to check that out. Y'all are better at advertising than we are.
Well, no, we just got the 8BTs.
That's cute.
So anyway, 8BTs and by Amy and Taylor show. So
Yes.
Oh, yes.
there you go.
You can find me at A2Fan on Twitter or just as Sean Vahey on Facebook. That's where I mostly hang out. If you want to talk about things Kansas Fest, I'd love to talk to you about it because I'm the president of the organization, not just not just a user. And if there's anything that we can do to grease the skids to get Taylor and Amy into K-Fest 2023, we would love to do it.
You want to come?
Cool beans. And finally, and of course least, because I'm absolutely crazy, Joe Stroh-Snyder of Joe's Computer Museum. You can find me at YouTube at Joe's Computer Museum. You can find me on Twitter for the short term, maybe in case it implodes, I don't know, at Museum Joe. You can find me on Mastodon at Museum Joe at oldbytes.space, or you can pick up merch to help support me in this wonderful craziness that I go on. Blue Scuzzies, Y cable adapters for Macs, LED bright kits, all different types of cool things for your old computers at jcm-1.com. You can also support me on Patreon and get to hang out with me on live streams and things and know what I'm doing ahead of schedule. And that is it. So I would like to thank our wonderful guests, Taylor and Amy, for being on the show tonight. It was an absolute hoot riot. You are invited back whenever you want to come back. You just let us know when you want to stop by again, and we'll let you right on as long as you fit in the schedule there. I am Joe Stroh-Snyder, Sean, Javier, and also for Ron and Rudy, who cannot be here tonight. Ron, because he's more important than we are, and Rudy, because something like work, blah, SQL database, blah, servers down, blah, guys yelling at me, blah, I could not be here. We'd like to thank everybody for stopping by. Remember to lasso that like button and hit that subscribe button with the spur, fellers and fellettes. And we will see you all on the next episode, which will be December 4th, 2022. Bye, everybody! I forgot to click the button. Hold on. Now I'm clicking it.